Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine, enjoys the hobby and had a great Christmas. So, Concrete Bunker is back again with another one of its notorious episodes. Today we are working on our Deadly 88 project because this is the name I decided to give it, and we are cracking on with the first steps of the construction. I have a clearer plan in mind that a friend suggested, and in order for me to please him, I am going to follow it. It is not that it gets me a lot out of plan. I am just going to adjust the paint scheme and add another set of figures which are more appropriate for that era. So I had great Christmas, but I have made a lot of stash additions, but I also got COVID. So in this video you're gonna hear a living mess out of me, guys. I'm really sorry. This is what happens when you live in a rural area in festive period and people from big cities visit you, and suddenly the place gets crowded and disease party. You all know what it happens. You all know. Most of you guys that live in rural areas know what it happens. So I want to apologize if my voice and etc. are you are hearing my voice kinda weird, and if my mind is not has not clarity, but it is what it is. So you guys know the drill. Grab the mandatory cold one, make yourselves comfortable, and let's see what me and past George did this Christmas, except from growing our stash and getting COVID. Hi guys, welcome back to part 1 of our Flak 88 project. From now on, this project will be renamed as the Deadly 88 for obvious reasons, mainly because I have chosen to name it like this. So the reason of this part is the introduction to the build, because right now I have a clear plan of what I wanna do with the 88 gun, and I am going to explain you how this plan came to be. So after I uploaded the unboxing video of the Tamiya kit, a friend asked me if I could do something. That friend is none other than Paul Kelly, aka Paul's Workbench. Paul has a YouTube channel and he's really good. He works on military stuff, and he has stuff to teach us. I have shouted him out multiple times in the past. I'm gonna do it again. For whoever is not familiar with Paul, he will find a link to his channel in my description below. Please go and check him out, guys. He has some really interesting techniques and stuff to teach. So Paul asked me if recommended, he didn't ask, if I could do a winter camo version of the Flak 88. And since I consider Paul as a friend, I said, hell yeah, why not make a winter camo scheme and a winter camo scheme 88 and make a friend happy. So obviously we are going to make a winter camo scheme of a deployed 88, and when I say deployed, I mean deployed for anti-tank purposes and not for anti-air purposes. Gun is going to have it sealed. Now the thing that I am toying with is if the gun is going to be plainly sitting on ground, or if I am going to create a small trench around it. This I do not know yet. I am going to pop a photo on somewhere on the screen to give you an idea of what I am planning to do, but don't take this photo for granted, because as I've said, I don't know if I am going to replicate that photo or if I am going to do something else. Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys any further. Let's grab the instructions and tell you exactly where we're gonna start from. So, as I've said in our previous unboxing of the kit, first step is the assembly of the zoomed up motorcycle. This guy is a messenger. That's what he does. I don't know if I am going to include him. I believe that the zoomed up motorcycle has to be on a different video build series. I may do that, I may don't, but anyway, we're gonna completely skip this step. Now, clearly, since we are building the anti-tank gun, we are opting for Flak 36 as the instruction states, because 36, this number, as it states here, this number shows parts to be used for Flak 36 anti-tank gun. If I want Flak 37, is this number shows parts to be used for Flak 37 anti-aircraft gun, so we are opting for anti-tank gun. Now, if we flip the page over here, we instantly start with the assembly of outriggers. Please note that instructions state another thing over here on top. Let me grab a pointer. Over here, instructions say that before attaching part B5, which is this one, we have to look at step 14 on page 9. So if we go to step 14, page 9, we clearly see that part B5 has to be used with another in another way. We have to cut it off and place it like this if we are opting for this, of course, and we are opting for this, so here it is. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to clean all these parts, and I am going to proceed with a step by step and as thoroughly as I can quote-unquote live build. Okay guys, as I've said, we have started with the first steps of the Flak construction. We are currently going to work on step number 2, which is none other than this one, half of it, to be honest, to be completely honest. So we need to make two of these without adding the parts P5. So I have already made one off camera, and I am going to make the other one on camera for you guys to see how it is done. So the part that I have made off camera is this one. Is the one outrigger or leg, as I am going to call it. You can see I have sanded the seam line over here. It needs a little bit more. And here is the other part that we are going to make on camera. So we need to grab one of the two legs. Either way, it doesn't matter which one. Over here it has a gap, gap. It is keyed, and we need to grab this part. So this one goes over here like so. and then we grab the other part and sandwich this small piece together with the previous one. I will of course need to line it up a little bit. And I will of course need to hold it in my hands, but like so. Now all we need to do in order to finish this assembly is to grab these two pieces and attach them over here, here and here, for the first one, and the second one on the exact opposite side. I am going to do that to dry fit them, because I won't glue them. And the reason that I won't glue them is because I need to sand this little thing down, to sand the seam line down over here. Anyway, I hope you guys grab the point, understand what I am trying to say, and anyway, I hope you guys understand what I trying to say over here. So I am going to hold this little piece like this a little bit more until the glue cures completely, and then I am going to sand it. And if you follow and understood my instructions, you're gonna have something like this. And when that is done and everything is complete, I am going to move onwards for the next stage of step number 2, which is none other than, let me show you, this one over here. I suppose that we are going to do this twice. So if you guys are doing the anti-tank the deployed version of the gun, you don't have to attach these two, and you need to make 2 of everything. So next step of our construction, guys, and we are going to work onto this little thing. We are gonna fix 2 of those. Of course, I have done one off camera, and I have retained the movability of this stabilizing leg. That's how I'm gonna call it. I refuse to call it an outrigger. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a stabilizing leg, because that's what it is. So, as I've said, I have made one off camera. This is how it looks, and as I've said, I have retained the movability of the part, because either you position it like this open or like this in travel mode. So one is ready, let's fix the other one. Now, where to start? Let's start from the not easy parts first. Let's start from the part that we need to be careful in order to retain the movability of the whole sub-assembly. So first of all, we need to grab the leg. As you can see over here, it has this thing which is, you know, the key that which is the stop not the key, sorry, the stop mechanism that's gonna either close or open the leg. So we need to grab parts B19 and B20. These two square indentations here need to look up, and this this thing needs to look down. So let me apply my glue. I will only apply glue over here at the back. And don't ask me what this little thing is on the cap of my glue. This is blue tack. I left it there from the previous build. Now it's gonna stay there. So here we are. We sandwich the leg between these two pieces, and I'm gonna grab a clamp to hold the thing secure in its position, and I'm gonna grab another clamp to further secure it in place. No, like so. And once again, I am gonna apply some glue over here at the seam line. I don't worry about that seam line because it will hide itself later as we progress on the build. So we don't need to sand the part over here. And then I'm gonna leave it for a moment to dry. While I am leaving this thing to dry, we're gonna move over here at the front to attach some other parts. Over here on the top we need to attach this little thing. Of course, and I am tweaking it a little bit to find the better position. And of course I am gonna do the rest of the tweaking off camera. And now we need to attach this thing onto the bottom over here. So this little thing, which I'm gonna call the foot of the whole mechanism, as you can see, it has a square indentation over here. So that square indentation needs to look forward, at the outer edge of the leg. This stuff is, you have to be, kinda keen-eyed on the instruction to see small details like this. I like to spot this stuff because it is easy to make a mistake, and keen-eyed modelers can see that. So let's see if that dried enough for filming purposes. Now, what we need to do, we need to feed this little part, this thing, through that hole. And be careful, this side, and when I am saying this side, the side that has this corner needs to be from this side and not the other side, which has the protruding bit. Hopefully this made sense. hopefully. So I am going to grab this part and feed it through the hole, and this little knob corresponds to that hole over there. And I need to sand the hole a little bit, make it a little bit larger. So we can have a flush fit. Boom. Boom, almost. Okay. Glue is gonna hold this in place. Yep. And for the finale of this part, we need to attach this part over here at this protruding knob. And of course, and I cannot do it with the tweezers. Move it a little bit. Yep. Let's see. Okay. We have retained movement. Now I am going to leave this to dry completely. Leave both of this stuff aside. As I've said, let me give you a final look. Here we have them, guys. So this is step number 2 of the instructions complete. As I've said, I'm gonna leave this aside and let's grab the instructions and see step number 3. So step number 3 is a busy one. Okay, and also in step number 3 we have the correction sheet over here, which corresponds mainly to the gun traveling the gun lock traveling mechanism. The gun lock mechanism. Okay, so since this one is a busy step, I am going to work in sections as the previous one. Okay, as I've said, step number 3 is really busy, so I am gonna break it down in multiple steps, and here we go. So we need to make 2 of those, and those things are made by 1 of these and 2 of these hooks. So keep in mind that hook needs to look upwards if you are holding the piece with the gap over here, with the gap looking upwards. So nothing more needs to be said here. Let's see. And that scratching you're hearing is one of my cats, and probably now I'm gonna kill it because she is playing with my nerves. Give me a second, guys. Sorry for that. That's why I'm a dog person. Now you don't ask me why I have more cats than dogs. This happened. And now we need to attach these two sub-assemblies over here at the other two supporting legs. So if you flip this like so, you can see that it has a key, it is keyed. So upon grabbing the part with the gap over here, you need to place it like so. You need to flip it. And place it over here. So this is one of this side, on this side, and one on the other. Same deal. Okay, and now we need to move forward. So now what we are needed to do is to attach two handles, one over here and one over there. Now these two handles are labeled with different numbers. So I'm gonna return back with that. I wanna get them out of the way because they are similar parts but with different numbers. So I'm gonna get them out of the way right now because I am going to forget it. Okay, instructions helped a lot over here. These things are called cross-leveling hand wheels. So this one is part 11 and this one is part 12, and both of these parts are keyed, so you won't be able to misplace them, but you won't be able to misplace them. You are able to misplace them if you get them mixed, but if not, you are not. So hopefully this made sense. Anyway, so one on this side, one on that side. If you're holding the part orientated like me, this side will have to take part B11, which is this one. So let's attach it. Instantly, because I don't wanna get it mixed. I am susceptible to mistakes like that usually. So that's why I choose to attach parts like that first, you know. Okay. Hand wheels, of course, are labeled with the same number, so I do not care. Yep. Okay, let's move on to the other side. First side is a success, and I have already to be careful of how I am handling the part, the whole sub-assembly, because of obvious reasons. I am also susceptible of knocking parts off as I build or as I paint. And And if I am not in frame, guys, I really wanna apologize. I never look through the camera. I always look at the parts in front of me. So come, yep, like a glove. So our two hand wheels are attached and moving onwards. Now, what do we have now? We have parts of that gonna go on this side and on that side. Move onwards, guys. As I've said, now we are working on this side and on the other side, and I am sorry that we are making baby steps, but it is the only way for me to do it on camera, or else I am going to get mixed. Oh, sorry, guys. So on this side we have this part. It is part B3. As you can see, it is keyed, and it is going to be placed over here. Nice and simple. So let's take it out of the way quickly. And on the other side now things are a little bit more complex. We have two parts, this one and that one. On the back of one part there is a knob. Now you're gonna ask me how I am sure that I am going to position it in place. That you are gonna see right now. This is the right way to position it. You can see it goes all the way in and it sits flush. If you flip it on the other side, nope, doesn't work. See? So that is quite helpful when you are in doubt over here. There we have it, and on top of it we are going to attach the lid. That's how I am going to call it. I am going to name the piece. Like so. So this is what you're supposed to be looking at, and now we have to move onwards. So for the rest of the step we have to attach 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces over here. They are kinda similar. I am going to attach these ones this side of camera, and the other side I'm going to do it on camera, because apart from the similar parts over here we have the travel lock mechanism for the gun. Okay guys, I wanna warn you that this step might go south, mainly because parts are really tiny and I need to retain movement, especially on the gun locking, on the travel lock mechanism. So I don't know if I am going to keep this part of the video or edit it out. As I said, there is 4 parts, these 2 and these 2 that I have already attached, labeled with number 15 and 16. Yes. So on this side is B3, B15 and this side is B16, and over here on this side is the exact opposite. This part is B16 and this is B15. Now I will need to attach these two parts first, and while they are pliable yet, you know, while the glue hasn't set, I will need to attach the travel lock assembly in order to keep it movable and to be able to attach it, of course. Now, how am I going to proceed with this? With this step, I'm going to fix the subassembly of the gun travel mechanism first, and while this is drying, I will need to attach it over here. So that's what I am going to do. Also, if I can, I will retain movement onto the lock mechanism itself. Instructions state that it is possible, so why not? Now, let me see. Let me remember, because I have... yep, okay. Okay, yep. So, we have to be totally precise. Let's move this aside for a while. This thing needs to placed in here, and I will need to apply glue only over here at those connection points. Let's see if I can make it. Oh yeah. So that's the assembly, and the way that it is going to be placed is like this. You know, the bend, the side that has the bend needs to point. The bend needs to point towards the gun shield, so it's going to attach like this and not like that, if I am not mistaken. Let me check the instructions once again. Yep, like so, like this. So let's leave this aside and let's proceed. I'm really sorry, guys, for my voice and me and my nose. It is running due to the Christmas period. My wife and child have been diagnosed with COVID, and I kinda escaped that for the moment, but now I probably have it as well. Test shows me negative for the time being, but I am sure that I have it because there is nothing. I can feel it, you know, when you feel not well. So bear with me, guys. I'm really sorry. I do not care how they are for the time being. All I do care is to attach this one and then the gun lock mechanism, and then we're gonna fix it in place permanently and properly. Oh, come on. Let's see. give it a little push over here. Yep. Of course. and I knocked that part off. God damn. Okay. Looks like we have movement, of course, and we have because the glue is not dried yet. I am going to leave it aside now for a while and let the glue cure. And while the glue cures, I am going to keep this part moving because I wanna be sure that it is that it retains its movement. Now you guys are going to ask me why bother with retaining its movement. I don't know. Since the instructions state it, I always find it cool to the challenge of retaining movability in some parts like this. So, with that done, we have completed. We have totally completed step number 3. And we are moving to step number 4. Let me grab the instructions. So step number 4 is the attachment of the previous legs. You know, the legs that we have assembled in step number 2 onto the sub-assembly of step number 3. And there's the securement of those legs, you know, the gun complete, as it says, completing of the gun base carriage. And these two parts. So let's make the mesh one big assembly. And when I'm talking about the mesh, I am speaking about all these parts that litter my workbench. So first things first, I have managed to retain movement on both parts, both on the lock unlock mechanism and on the up and down positioning of the mechanism as well. So we are proceeding. Now what we need to do, we need to attach the foots of the legs, of the remaining legs over here. Once again, the side with the gaps needs to point outwards. So let me apply my glue and let's attach that. Let's get the small parts out of the way. One on this side and of course one on the other. Find the hole. Okay. Now since we are holding this part in this direction, over here you can see the letter A. This letter A corresponds with this letter A. So this one needs to point that direction and this one that direction, like so. But before they are pointing onto that direction, we need to attach those legs, the legs that we have made on our previous step, on our first step. Sorry guys, not the previous step. Now let me find my contactor, because I want a strong bond over here. Let me of course unclog it with my lighter, keep a lighter handy with a contactor. And be careful not to burn yourselves to death, and not to burn down your house while using that glue. And let's see. Alright. So. Boom. One down, another one to go. Boom, two down. So now let's flip it. This is the A. Let's see where it's going to fall. Okay, I am doing that, goddamn, in order for me to find where I have to apply my glue. And I almost left a fingerprint there. Oh god, I would have to fix it. Anyway, what is done now. Shit happens. That's what happens when you are not careful enough. Let me apply also some extra thin over here at the corners. There. And ooh. I am dancing around moving parts. Okay, and there. For the keen-eyed amongst you, I know that this place is not properly in place. You know, it needs a little bit persuasion, but I am going to do it later. I'm gonna glue the rest of it gradually. And now let's move on to this thing. Okay, this thing needs to be. Now we need to place the actual rotating base for the flak gun. Like a Bosch, and that part that I am holding on my left hand was the floating part in the box, if you remember from our unboxing. Really? Boom. Okay. Right, so we have movement over here. We have movement over here and over here. Everything is spot on, and that's the completion of step number 4, guys. Ooh, we are moving along. We are doing some stuff. Well, I have checked my footage, and looks like I have enough for a half an hour, 40 minutes video. I don't wanna do a big one like an hour or so because most of you guys don't see it and I don't wanna bore you. So let's try less lengthy videos. Let's take our sweet time with this build. Either way, I'm not on a hurry. I have to wait for some figures to arrive for it. So as I've said, let's take our sweet time with it. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. On our next episode, we will probably continue building the 88 gun, the Flak 88. We're gonna move upwards, and we will see where the instructions get us. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and interesting and stick along for the next one. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that mofo Damon, signing out.